All right. C1x Road launch, day 18. Sunday night here. I spent some time earlier today making progress on a referral system for the app. Once I get all the backend stuff set up, the implementation into the app will be pretty straightforward. There's some stuff I didn't want to necessarily do on video just because I don't really know. I don't know why I didn't want to do it on video, but I didn't. Setting up some landing pages and email automations. A lot of it is going to be automated. A lot of it's going to be done manually by me. The idea is that everyone who enters in a referral code is going to get a small bonus, and then people are also going to get tiers of rewards for referring people to the app. Hopefully, setting it up in a way that's going to be pretty simple for users to implement. I wanted to get that into the app this week. I say this week as in this past week. Today being the last day. I don't think I'm quite going to hit that mark. But we can get most of the design changes in today, which is what I'm hopping on here to do. I'm going to try and be a little bit more mindful of my screen capture. It did already pause. You haven't missed anything yet, thank goodness, but we'll keep an eye on it. So in the last video, we were working on this start round feature. We've got this new card view, which I think looks pretty cool. Starting hole is what I was going to try and update. And the goal was going to be to just kind of mimic the appearance of what I already have with those course cards. I was getting a layout error here. Let's go to print, down. Go ahead and delete that. Get rid of all those unnecessary print statements. Cancel. If I click start round, I get a layout error here. On which one? Par 63. It's got to be on the Songgrounds one, which is 1.1 pixels. That's so... It doesn't look like it's overflowing at all. I think that's the surprising part for me. Let's go to where I have those cards. Carousel options, screen width, 0.5. I could even make these a little bit bigger. I don't know if I necessarily want them to be bigger. Right now it's half a screen height. I don't think that's even taking up that. 0.51, 0.5. Where's my padding at? Right here. Like if I go... No, I don't think that's the right padding. Down here maybe. Builder, return card. Padding here, vertical. That's silly. I already decreased the vertical padding. It says it's overflowing. This widget is overflowing on the bottom, which is silly. I don't see what's overflowing. Par here. This should be max one line. This should be max one line. There should be no soft wrap. I don't think that's going to do anything, but I'll erase it all the same just in case. Let's go to start round again. It did not go there. So something about the max lines maybe? Setting max lines for just this par line to 4, even though it's only taking up one line. Something about setting max lines to 4 was adding spacing. Error's gone now. Okay. Minor fix there, but now we're going to try and make the starting hole look just like these. So I think I want this to, I don't need to show starting hole here. We can just do this. See if I think 15 is big enough there. Maybe we go a little bigger, we go 20. This can be const. Max lines 1 is good. Well, looks like we're going to be a little slow here. We're still not frozen. Nope, we're good. Okay. So starting hole, we're updating there. I've got this list view builder. Things that we need to change. So is selected. Maybe I do want to make it like the cards. Just because these kind of auto select as you drag them, it would be nice for these to be the same. I mean, it's a lot, but maybe we try it. So that this would go here. Go ahead and tab this out. Size box here, the height was 60. Screen width times 0.5. We'll just go screen. Oh. Width. Maybe we make this times 0.4 now that it's going to be based on that. So here we're going to go 1 screen width times 0.5 carousel slider. We can make these the same width. Is that what it was on this? The width is 0.7. And I don't set a width on the carousel options. So starting hole, maybe we'll go like 0.6. Screen height times. We can try this right now. Enlarge center viewpoint fraction. This can be much more narrow, maybe like 0.3. On changed, we're going to go this. On tap. So that's instead going to be this. Set state. Whole number, so index reason. Starting hole equals whole number. Where do I? Options on page. Current course equals index. Okay, so here I can probably go starting hole is equal to index plus 1. Can't be referenced before it is declared. Oh. Yeah. This can be course index. Throw that here. Number of possible starting holes equals that dot length. What did I copy and paste this? Number of possible starting holes. Here we go. All right. So number of possible starting holes is equal to course pars. Why was I doing that when this changed? Item count. On tap, I don't think I needed to set that at all. I don't think I needed to set either of these. There's probably a much easier way to do this. There certainly is, which is get rid of these. This was my copy paste. We're going to go screen height times 0.4. On this one, I was going to go screen height times 0.39. I think they're going to get taller, but we can adjust. Oh, I'm still not on the right ones here. Dang it. Here we go. All right, now on this one, we go screen height times 0.4. So right now I'm just making these actually based on the right variable. 0.39 maybe. Let's do a reset on that, and then I'm just going to give these blocks to ChatGPT and let it do the hard work for me. All right, how big are they? Substantially taller. Okay, 2.5, 2.4. Is that better? That looks pretty good. Looks to be about right. Maybe I want them to be just a little bit bigger. Just thinking about how this is going to come out on a smaller screen. We can leave it at that. Let's go to our to test on a smaller screen. Can course cards on the round setup view be shorter? See if I can decrease those a little bit. So yeah, then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this sized box. I have the below code for course selection in C1x. I like this design and want to use the same thing for starting whole selection. I'm currently doing that with the below code. Provide an updated block to make starting whole selection match the design of my current course selection. I'll just let it translate this for me before I start messing around with it. All right, and then we're just going to try a simple copy paste here and make adjustments as needed. Do a reset. I think it's going to be way too tall. It is, but great start, I think. We'll need to test and make sure it's actually working. So the text is just going to be whole number. You're not showing whole screen height. Let's go 0.6 maybe, 0.5. Let's do a reset. We'll check that out. We'll make sure it's working, and then I can make some adjustments as needed. A little too short. Okay. So let's just go 0.1, 0.09. Let's say I select, I guess also because they're increasing in size, so they fit in the center, not quite. So we'll make them bigger. Let's say we're starting on 17 again. Confirm. Selection seems to be working, which is good. Course index, starting whole equals index plus 1. Yeah. Great. Okay, so I think that's working. Let's do a reset on the height now and see if that looks better. I think so. Again, I don't mind making it a little bit taller just because it would be nice actually to have these be a fixed height. There's probably some merit to that. A little more wiggle room on the courses, I think. '50's too small. Let's go 80. '70. That looks good. Hole 1. Beautiful. Okay. So, I think I'm going to roll with this. I think this is a good start. Changing a background color was the only other question I think I had in terms of what I wanted to do with it. Right now I'm just sticking with that. Like let's say I go with a like main menu 1, which is going to be the blush, so it's going to be the middle color here. Bit too much probably. Let's open up style presets here. What other colors would I like to use? You could go faded, make it really light, like faded sunset red. On my page backgrounds, we could go static var round setup background. Round setup dialog background is equal to app theme colors dot faded sunset red. And then we could go round setup dialog background. Let's do a reset there. So it should match the top color now in the main menu, but just a little bit lighter. It's almost too faded. Yeah, I don't love it. Other options. I could do a gray. I could do a gray. Do I have a good gray somewhere? A dark sage gray. E4. Where is that color? Oh, it might be up here. So I've got the graphite lightest. I don't know. Maybe we try it. Graphite lightest. See what a gray looks like. I feel like I want it to stand out a little bit. Graphite near white. Maybe a little better than the off-white. I don't think it has quite the effect that I want it to. What to do? I think more color is not good. We can try it. Confirm whether or not I'm onto something. Maybe a medium. Let's try the orange. Orange is probably going to be too similar to the because I guess what button colors, top disabled color rounds. What color am I using for these? How am I setting that? Show dialog. I'm setting it here. Okay. That's fine. It's going to be the only place I think that I need it. I can always refactor it in the future if that ends up not being true, but I think this is probably too much color here. So maybe it is just the white that I need to use. What about like the main sage grays or those? Is that bad? Main sage gray. Give these a try. Maybe just the white for right now. It'd be fun to have like a texture. Like not a different color, but a texture. Below is how I'm currently setting the background for my alert dialog, which is just an off-white. Is there any... I don't think I want any more color, but is there a way to add some texture to the background? I know that alert dialogues are kind of weird. I don't necessarily want to have to rewrite it. Subtle texture. I wonder what kind of texture I would go for there. But it's saying I could just wrap it in. Wrap it with an image. Which, I mean, is an option. It is, and I could do it pretty easily with everything. Maybe it's worth a shot. Projects, folders, C1x. Nope, not selecting. In app. Let's go with create a new design, create new wallpaper. Alert dialog backgrounds. And let's go elements and texture. Trying to think of what textures. What textures would make sense to overlay for C1x alert dialogues. I want to have the same texture across the app and have the color be an off-white. Film crane. I was thinking something naturey. I was thinking something more nature-y. Maybe concrete, not naturey, but for the T-pads. Pads or a dirt or rock. Can I search earth texture, maybe? kind of. Not really for what I need. What is this? I mean, I could do something like that. Dirt texture. A little too much going on there for me. I don't think that one's the move. What is that? Kind of a dirt texture if I make it really transparent. Okay, how's that? Yeah? Yeah. Could always just set it full transparency and then I can adjust it manually in the app. Any other good options? No. Some type of just shadow effect maybe? I don't know. What if I just search like nature texture? Let's see what it gives me there. No water. I can change the color of it. I don't love it. I'm not sure what the right solution is there. I don't actually hate that one. Just something a little different. It's really what I'm going for. I might just give this a try. Let's download it. Let the image pop up. Yeah. All right, and then in the Finder, let's go. Rename alert. Let's grab this. Let's I don't have any images actually in the app currently. Right, courses, rounds, app icon I don't really need a new file for it though. I can just copy it in here. That's okay. Let's close it out. Let me make sure I'm importing it. Assets. This is going to be dialog background concrete. Let's go ahead and save that. And then on the main menu, back to the code here. Set padding, content padding. So that would be me making this transparent. doesn't really give me anything to content. Return alert dialog. Where's the title? Below is my current structure, which needs to stay. Where is the title in your example implementation? Only wrapping the content, which I don't think looks as good. I think the whole dialogue. I think this only wraps the content. I need the title and actions wrapped as well. And I think I encountered this issue last time, and this is probably just going to tell me I can't do it with alert dialog, that I need a custom dialog for it. ChatGPT is frozen. There we go. Yeah. I know I can do that, I just don't want to. It's not that big of a deal. I know it's not that big of a deal. So I'm getting rid of the title here. And then we would need to cram the actions in here as well, which is going to be the center. So we copy that. And then instead we throw this here and get rid of actions, which does work. And then it's just wrapping the whole thing, the whole padding in a container. Wrap in a container, and then we get to this block of code here. Alert dialog background concrete. Try 0.5. Let's see what that looks like real quick. So we got the white background currently. There we go. Does not like this. Asset not found. Probably I'm gonna have to reload the app here. Dialog background concrete. That's what I called it, right? Let's go to our pub spec. Assets dialog background concrete.pmg. Dialog background concrete. All right. I think we're gonna have to. We'll do a stop and a restart here. We'll see if that works. I just want that dialog to have a little something different. And as long as it does, as long as I like it, we'll keep rolling forward with these design changes. There might be something I implement in the other dialogues. Maybe not. Maybe not. I probably should have just copied that code that I had. In case I don't like the background image at all and just want to go back to the off-white color. That might have been a little bit better. Save me from having to hit a bunch of undos if I don't like it. Still says it's not found. Unable to load assets. Oh, there is no images. What was I thinking there? It's just this. Silly. That was my issue. All right, reset. I think we should be good now. Yeah, so we have the texture a little bit. Maybe I just go like full on 1 and see what that gives me. Start round. I don't like it. I don't like it. Dang it. We're gonna get rid of the whole thing. I'm going back to the color. It's too different, I think, from the rest of what I've got going. All right, give me a reload there. I think that's gonna take me back. The color's still gonna be transparent. Yeah, that is kind of. It can't be transparent, but it's unique looking. Can we do a off-white soft main menu? Let's go at theme colors dot off-white soft. And let's go take this color and make it more transparent. Can't use with opacity. It's deprecated. Just make it a new color. I guess that's fine. White soft transparent. Maybe just a little bit. It probably is not going to look good. I probably need to have more. Oh, I didn't update the. No, I did. App theme colors. This needs to be page backgrounds colors dot alert round setup dialog background. All right, now we reset. Now I'm going to get that transparent look. I'm still getting that bump up a little bit. So down here, this size box right here, maybe we make this 100. Might be a little bit closer to the actual size. Yeah, now it's not jumping at all. 20, that color isn't going to work for me. Put it into a format where I can quickly adjust the alpha. This is not what I had in mind. How am I doing it previously? Just do that. That's my opacity. A alpha RGB. Yeah, so we could just do like this, off-white, is equal to this. This can be, what is it right now? 248, 248. All right, so this is 248, 248, 248, and maybe I make this 100. Alpha hex. So that's not gonna work. 200. I guess what does that get me? Off-white, soft, transparent. No, not there. Yeah, the transparent isn't. Not good to see the background. All right, so right now I'm just back to. I'm back to the solid white. And it's not like this is bad. I just I want it to be a little more unique. I don't have any good ideas on how to do that though. Huh. Wonder if I could just throw like a circle in the background. New plan. Just for the content section of the alert dialog, I want a simple bullseye in the background. Put together the container and box decoration for this. Is there an easy way to draw the bullseye without me needing to import in an image? Maybe just a simple image would be better. Let's close this out. Let's get rid of it. Let's go new design. Give me an icon 1028 or 1024. And then we're going to call this dialog background. Go here. We're going to call this dialog background bullseye. Just so the file's already there. And then let's see what we got here. I do kind of like this. Not gonna lie there. Different coloring, obviously, but it is not bad. Right now it's blue. It is fully transparent. The coloring is not coming through though, which is interesting. What's still blue here? Oh, it's the second color there. It's mixing two colors, I guess. Two oranges make a blue. I'm so confused as to what's going on here. There's like a filter over it. I don't know what these colors correspond to. Very confused right now. I like the shape of this. Yeah, are they any good? No. The answer is a quick no there. That feels like it might be a little too much. I think kind of the same thing with this. Feels a little bit too much, too militarized. Maybe it's, I think it's a little too much. A little too much. Canva is only showing me premium graphics right now, which we love. Like something like that would be nice. I could just draw it myself. Just do that. Come on. Shouldn't be searching that hard for a circle. Here we go. All right. Let's go here. We'll make this a what is this? That's what I wanted to click on. It's already centered. That one's centered. A little bit more maybe, like so. That's fairly consistent. Fairly. I don't hate it. I wonder if I can, we can do like a transition here. It's not good. Maybe give me a bullseye. And then I guess the question is just what do I want? What do I actually want in the background here? Something to be blown up, I think. Like if the background looks something like this. So there's going to need to be some white on the outside. This one needs to be white, or no color, either or, doesn't matter, so that it'll kind of blend in a little bit. Then maybe we just make them all red and I just do varying degrees of transparency here. Like that. Probably looks goofy, huh? I don't think this is going to be a good look either, but we'll try it, you know. And then this is kind of what, maybe that's a little too big. That was kind of what I had in mind. I think maybe I do just need that the white to be showing. I don't know. I don't know if that's good at all. It may not be. You know, it may really not be. I think these should be a little more transparent. I don't know. We'll give it a try, and then maybe I'll just scrap it for now. We'll give it a try. Let's delete this, move it to trash. We'll allow that. Pull this up. Let's drag it over here into assets. PubSpec. Dialog. Background. Bullseye. And then we would just be wrapping the content. Title here, content. So we would wrap this in a container. And then give me that this. Here. Decoration. Like so. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, hold on. Edit, redo. Set that equal to 0. Maybe we just give this a reset and just see if this is. Oh, it's giving me this again. Dialog, background, bullseye. I need to update this. I already did. That's been updated. Let's reset again. See if this is anything. Dialog, background, bullseye. I might need to actually do a stop and start again. Assets, dialog, underscore, background, underscore, bullseye, WG. Yeah, I think it's right. All right, we'll do it real quick. Stop and start. Last one went real quick. I was hoping it would do the same. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, if it doesn't work, we'll just remove this, set this back to 8. Call it good. It's taking much longer this time. It was, I think, 17 seconds on the last build, the one I did on this video. Does not seem to be the case here. Did I already have redesigned around setup dialog? Yeah, we already had that built out. Yeah, 60 seconds. 3 times as long. All right, we'll give it a quick try. I mean, I don't hate it. Box fit contain. Box fit dot fill. Ooh, no. Cover maybe. See what that does. Yeah. Is that any good? I don't think so. I don't think it is. We're gonna scratch that now. I'm like, man, maybe like a landscape with some mountains would look good. But I don't think right now. Move that widget. All right. Set this to 8. Get rid of this. We've still got the dialog setup background. Let's restart. That should take me back to just the white background, and we'll probably call it there for this item. Yeah, starting hole looks better now. It's working. Maybe a nice landscape background would be cool for these dialogues, but not right now. All right, so this is done. New style setup is done. Make course text on the round setup larger. We are done with that because now they each have their own little tile. So I think I'm going to call that there. Maybe the text should be a little bit bigger, but then stuff like this isn't going to fit. We can try it. Let's go text here, max lines. Like if I make this 20. It's probably a slightly better side. This one just won't fit. We'll keep it at 18 for right now. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Maybe I can kind of get the feel of it here. It's maybe a little bit small. People are holding it up this close to their face. You can always make them wider too and increase the font size. Maybe that's slightly better. We go like 0.6, and then maybe we kick this up to like 22. So that's how they look right now. Now we make them a little bit wider. That's probably better. All right, calling it good. Course text on round setup, larger. So we're at 23. We got 3 checked off there. Secondary button design to the round setup, that was this. So that one's good as well. We even got the little disabled function in there, which is good. So that's done. All right, and now we are back to some other views. So text field on the all rounds view should have a black border. So let's make this bigger again. Really big. All right. On the global course view, we already did this. We added just the black border here. And I want to do the same thing for the all rounds view. So I'm going to go open up the global course view, and we'll copy the text field. All of these borders. Let's just add a few things here so that I know that file will stay open. We'll go down to all rounds, find the same text field, and we're going to do the same thing here. So text field align vertical here. And then decoration, we want to be this. Input decoration, search is good, border is fine. So just copying it so that it matches. So that should be good. Style, I do want the style to be different. Lolita. And then the on changed, I didn't change that. I want that to stay exactly the same. Okay, so now let's go remove these, see if that font change looks weird at all. Not necessarily. don't like the color of it. Text style, because when I type it's not, so hint text, that should be this. Height 1.0, color. I'm just going to set it to black and we'll see if oh, comma. I was like, why isn't it letting me set the color here? I'm on global courses. Let's go see if that actually, yeah, so it is black now. Too much. Give me a good color for the hint text on a text field. Maybe we just make this a preset as well. Page backgrounds, whole colors, button colors, it can go under here. Static var text field hint color equals, under here we're going to go static var charcoal gray equals this. This can be app theme colors dot charcoal gray, and then we're going to grab this, go back to global courses, and make this button colors dot text field hint color, not a const. Gonna have to do a reset there. Oh, and we did freeze. We lasted a while there. Caught it for the most part. So I was updating the border on this and trying to find a different color for this hint text. Change the font to be the same font as everything else. I don't think that's a bad color. So I think I can probably do the same thing under all rounds. We come up here, enter this out. Nope. Enter this out. Go color, we add a comma, do that. Let's do a reset, so now the all rounds view should look good as well. Courses, no. All rounds, yep. I need to do it for the add a course as well. Add a course. Where's that text field at? Further up, further up, further up. Here we go. A hint style. Do this, comma. Get rid of the const. So now the courses view should look the same, yep. Okay. What does that do? Nothing. Okay. Nothing. I think that's okay. Now they're all consistent at least. All rounds view. All rounds view has that border now, which is good. Do I want the padding to be different? I guess sized box is where we're going to be here. So this is screen width 0.6, height 40. This one, let's just do the same thing. 0.6, height 40. Global courses was even wider. So we're just going to make them all consistent here. To look like this. Maybe 0.7 is better. Courses. Let's make it 0.7. 0.7. A little bit wider, yeah. Global courses, 0.7. Cool, and add a course, or all rounds point zone, which would be here. Yeah, something I could refactor in the future. I won't do it right now. But that looks good. So it's got a border now. Copy button designs for rounds on main menu and implement into the all rounds view. Okay, so we've got our nice round buttons here, and we want to do the exact same thing for that all rounds view right there. So let's go to our primary button here. This is how I have that looking. I'm just passing shot. No, this is the wrong one. That's the start round button. We got to go down here. I was like, I should be passing far more arguments than that. Secondary button. Here we go, rounds button. Yeah. This looks much better. All right. Copy. Let's go to all rounds. Down below our text field, we've got this. So this is where we're going to be replacing things. Screen width is good. Screen height is good. Text is going to be filtered rounds round. That is round name. So this will be filtered rounds. We are filtering dates, so that will get updated here as well. User scores. I already have filtered scores. Round pars we also need to return. Importantly, okay. So up here, where do I have it at? What was it? Pars and filtered pars equals list filled 1, 3. Int. And what was the other one? User whole scores. So this will be filtered user scores. Filtered round IDs. I am sorting the round IDs. Is that enough for me to go off of? It could be, but I think this is probably simpler. Filtered user scores is going to be list int here, and we're just going to go 3 like that. Filtered user scores. All right, so below is a list of filtered variables I'm using during a search. I just added the variables for pars and user whole scores. I may not even need ChatGPT for this. I am kind of just defaulting to it at this point. I'm probably going to use it anyways. Search, round courses, round dates, round names, new parameters. Here we're going to go list. Oh, I just did pars the wrong way too. Pars needs to be the same as the user whole scores. Is equal to list int, and put brackets around that. All right, list int round pars, list int round user whole scores. Combine rounds does not matter. Add round ID, round name. Here I can add round pars, round user whole scores. Yep. Round user whole scores. Filter combined where round course, round date, round name. That's fine, and we just need to map them. So filtered pars, filtered combine map, filtered user whole scores. Did I just call it user scores? I did. Filtered whole scores. Let's go down here. Round user whole scores. Is that easy enough? I think it is. We can have ChatGPT do a check for me though real quick. I don't want the user to be able to search by par or whole score. I just need them to update with this info. Is the below search correct? Function correct. Correct. Okay, good, I did it right. All right, so now round courses, dates, user scores, round IDs, round names. So I think I need these now. Final round pars is equal to round pars provider. Final round user whole scores is equal to, is it just user whole scores provider? Yeah, it is. User whole scores. Okay. So our search function is going to get then round pars and user whole scores. That is the order I think I put them in here. Yep, round pars, round user whole scores. Okay, so those should both be good. No, they're not good. This is going to be filtered pars, and this is going to be filtered whole scores. When we do a search, the function is within it. I'm running a set state around everything. They should all get updated. Okay. So I think now that I have that, I did not change the on press. That stays the same. I should be able to just get rid of this child for the padding. Okay. And the reason I have to add the pars and the user whole scores is because previously for this button, I was only passing the round name, the date, and the final score. And then if the button was clicked, I was passing a round ID where all the pars and scores would then be calculated for this view. But on our new main menu button, we need the scores for this fun little graphic. So that's why we have to filter them as part of this search as well. But let's do a refresh here. Go to the all rounds view, see how it looks. Did not do anything. Rounds button. Oh, because that only does it if the search. So watch this. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let me grab this again. I forgot I had two different here. So if the search is not that, else we do this. And then here I just show the actual values. Okay, noted. So here this just becomes round names. This just becomes round dates. User scores, round pars, and user whole scores. And then we get rid of this as well. Yeah, so we're gonna score one more round just to do a test on the search function. Let's do it at roots, start on hole 5, it doesn't matter. Let's throw some different colors in here. finish the round. All right. Some unique colors in there. And now let's go to all rounds. They both pop up. Let's say I search here. Looks like it's working good. Yeah. Can search by date like that. I'll maybe eventually add a filter to this view to search by dates in a certain time period, but I don't think we need it right now. But yeah, so new buttons are implemented. I think this looks pretty good. I wonder. Make sure that I've built this out in a way that I think is, we're expanding it. Do I have a size box at the bottom? I do. Okay. That should begin. All right, so this is done. Add a scroll bar to the all rounds view. So that was something I had done previously for the courses. We can go look at that one. Not the container, not there. Right here. So we wrap the padding with the scroll bar. So under all rounds, right? That was the view I wanted to do it to. Yep. Under the list view, I have an align here. I do not have. I want to do it inside of the list view. No, I don't. I want to do it above the list view. Okay, so we'll wrap the list view here. Factor, wrap with a widget. We'll go to scroll bar. And then we're going to copy this, give it a quick check. Like so. All rounds. So no scroll bar because it's not expanding past it. This is going to be a little annoying, but I got to do it just to check here. Where is it? Do I not have a short course in here? I don't think I do. All right. For the sake of speed, we're just going to do this. All rounds. Still not enough to expand past it. 2 more, I think. I'm worried about testing all these on a smaller phone. I'm afraid it's going to break. All right, scroll bar looks good. Yeah. Let's go delete some rounds. Delete. 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 I wonder what happened to my good roots round that I just scored. Did I delete that one? Did the delete button not work? It looks like my screen capture froze again. I went through, I was just testing the scroll bar, it worked as intended. I do feel like my delete button didn't quite do what I wanted it to. Unless I just accidentally hit the wrong one, which is definitely possible. It should be based on the round ID. If I'm on the round display view, let me just quick sanity check here. Round display, if I call delete round, I'm passing round ID on display, which is what I'm using, I think, to round index is what I'm passing here. Now where is round index coming from? Right, I guess that's the question. Here I just pass round index to it. I do. Where am I setting round index? Here. So I should be using round index in this delete function. Should be, right? If I hit delete, we should get example round, yep. Let's go score a couple again real quick and just make sure that roots, all throw-ins, finish round. Let me make sure when I delete this that the 19 under is the one that's still left over. That delete didn't work at all. Why not? Why did it not work? Save a round. Round loading. Delete round. So I get a round ID. If rounds, round ID. Okay, so yeah, that's not the right. Maybe that is why. What happens when I tap on a round from the main menu? I think that I need to make a provider out of this, because I don't like the way this is getting updated. Dang it. All right, round providers. Just copy this. Round ID on display. With notifier int build, return 0, update round ID on display, go away. This is just going to be an int, new ID, state equals new ID, round ID on display provider equals notifier round ID on display, int, and this. All right, implementing a whole new change here, but something that I think needs to happen. Final round ID on display is equal to ref.watch. Round IDs on display provider. Okay, let's go down to the round selection. Not this one. Not this one. Here we go. What is my... We're going to go here. We're going to go round ID on display. No. Round ID on display provider. Notifier equals update round ID on display. And then this needs to be this. This goes away. All rounds needs to do the same thing. Ref.read round ID on display provider. Update round ID on display. That's going to be equal to this. Okay. I need to do the same thing for the other button I have, which is, this is the first one, and then this is the second one. And this one was just round IDs, round. And then on the round display view, I can watch this new provider. So this is just going to guarantee that I always have the right ID, which is important. We're going to throw this way up here. Final round ID on display is equal to ref.watch round ID on display provider. Round index I can leave as is, but this round ID on display is then what I need to pass to my delete function down here. And then I think on main is where I initialize round ID on display. Yeah, we got to get rid of this. It's throwing an error right here. This is the only spot. Ah, yes. So here, let's go. No, I can't do that. All rounds. This. Var temp round ID on display is equal to that, and then we're just going to use that here. Let's do a reset of everything, see what's broken. Delete function did kind of work there. I've got my good roots round. Let's go through another one. We're just going to all throw-ins here. Speed through it, finish round. This works. Let's go back. Let's delete it. And it goes away. Okay. I think there was just some issues with the state management for that variable that wasn't good. But that is fixed now. So with round ID with deleting rounds, fix bug, singular. Deleting rounds, updated layout and design of all rounds view. Okay. So we added that scroll bar, new button design solely for logging shots on the scorecard view. So solely for right here. So let's go close a whole bunch of this out. Did I delete the image that I'm not going to use? I didn't. Delete. Let's move that to trash. Let's go to the pub spec file and remove it. Not going to use it right now. Yeah. Close this out. Close these out. All right, let's go grab the button designs. Might want style presets open as well. So we've got our primary button, secondary button, icon buttons, our rounds button, and our courses button. And now I need a scorecard button. So I think I might start with the primary button. That might be the closest to what I'm going to try and imitate here. Let's go ahead and copy that. Let's close this out. So this can be scorecard button, scorecard button, scorecard button, scorecard button state. Here, let's copy that, go here, go here. Okay. So we've got a new button. Now things I want to change. So I made a note on this. I think I kind of want it to resemble the color scheme at least for these buttons. I think that's how I want it to start at least. The width is obviously going to need to change. Base width, I'm passing screen width to it still. let's start with the colors first, and then we can adjust. Text color isn't used. Okay. All right, rounds base colors. Let's go to the style presets here. Create copies of these. Scorecard base color. Scorecard top color. Scorecard label color. Now I'm keeping these as the exact same colors, but I'm gonna separate them out just in case I decide I want them to be different in the future. Actually, now that I created those colors, I think I can just go through it on here. Button colors, base color. Oh, I do just create it like that. All right, so this is going to be scorecard base color. Scorecard top color. And then scorecard label color. All right, and now just to adjust the sizing. So I think the width, I'm probably going to be closer to maybe 0.4 here. Maybe we go like 0.42 and 0.4 and see where that gets me. Base height, I want it to be taller than it is on the main menu. Maybe double. So maybe this goes to, let's just go like 0.18 and 0.165. And just give that a go. And then to implement, we're going to go open up the main menu first. I'm going to go find that primary button. We're going to copy this. And then we're going to go to the scorecard. Round scorecard. Did I already update the round is over? I did. Oh, I did. Hadn't realized that. Confirm. So I already did the primary button there. So if the round is not over, then we get into these outline button. So let's update this. Label, and then I need to go way down here to the child of it. And this is what the text is going to be. So now we go way up here. We copy this here, throwing options. And then I get rid of this. And then we reload and cross our fingers. The dialogue, we're obviously not changing just yet. Oh. Might have a bug to fix there. All right, one thing at a time here. Did I not update the colors? Which ones did I copy? I copied the rounds ones, right? Scorecard base color. On button colors. My button design, scorecard button state, scorecard base color, scorecard top color, scorecard label color. It's the same thing as the rounds. It is not these colors. What happened there? Oh, I used the primary button. Duh. I copied the wrong one. Scorecard button. Definitely better. All right, it's gonna bug me before I go mess with this anymore. We gotta fix this bug here. No element on undo last shot 794. If all labels whole completions. Last index. If current whole is not equal to 1, it shouldn't be equal to 1. This no longer works. This goes back to the issue of I am auto. Previously, shot data length was an easy way to determine what hole the user was on, but now to accommodate changing the starting hole, I'm pre-filling the length of shot data. So starting on hole 1, it's 18. So current hole is going to be equal to 18 here, even though the user's on hole 1. So here I should be using actual hole. No, I should be using current hole. Right? Current hole is equal to shot data dot length. So I think actually I need int current hole here. Let me just try this. This might be a really easy fix. Current hole. Let's just pass it. That might be easy. Start round. Here, undo, or no, we gotta, what? I did this, and then we go undo. No, I'm still getting an error. No element, 805, so different line now. Current hole is not equal to 1 if hole completed options. Last index. That does not work. So I think this should maybe be current hole minus 1. Let's try that now. I think that might be an easy fix. So I'm passing current hole in. I think this was intending to just be the current hole minus 1, which was easy to do with shot data length, but I'll just pass current hole now. And I think that should fix it. Something is not quite working as intended. Undo. Update option shown. Undo previous shot if shot data current hole minus 1 is not empty. Undo previous shot. It's not crashing, but the shots ago. Excuse me. The shots ago information is not working as intended. Current score is working. if shot data kernel minus 1 is not empty. I don't quite understand. I think this should still be working. Let's go print current hole, print shot data. That does not work. All right, give me a reset there. Let's try this again. The save didn't work at all. Confirm. I did not just put those where I wanted to. Or did I? No, I did. I definitely did. All right, so current hole's 3, actual hole is 3. Am I printing those things somewhere else too? Oh, that's true. Undo. Current hole is equal to 2. That's what shot data is equal to. If current hole minus 1 is not empty, is equal to shot data current hole minus 1 dot last. Undo previous shot. Undo 2 shots ago. Shot data current hole minus 1, shot data current hole minus 1 dot length minus 2. And then we go update options shown. So how is update options shown? Something's not quite right. Where is that? Do last shot. Where am I doing it at? Is it scoring options? Update options shown. If it contains, or I don't want to update options shown, excuse me. I'm trying to update the throwing from. That's what's not, what doesn't quite seem to be working. Do I never update throwing from? I was never doing that anyways. I'm displaying it though. Throwing from, update throwing from. Shot data current hole minus 1. Throwing count. This print shows me that I think this is working. I am not passing the new shot data to it, interestingly enough. Not something I was intending to troubleshoot much. We did fix the crashing, but still just isn't quite where it needs to be. This undo button. Is not empty. Update option shown. Update throw count. I did 2 shots ago. Else throwing count equals 1. Something about this is not quite working. Oh, I see. All right. Take 3 here. I think that think that should fix the issue. Why is it taking me back to hole 3 here? I don't understand this. What's going on with the saving? Undo. Yeah, so this is now working. Undo. Undo. I don't think I'm actually ever saving things when I undo. I'm definitely not. That's my issue. It's like if we keep undoing all the way to hole 2 and I go back and hit resume, I'm going to be back at hole 4 because I'm never saving it. All right, so easy last fix here. I think. I hope. Return more options. If it's equal to penalty. If it's not, we need to save scorecard information. So we can do this after everything is done. This is the undo button. It is. I think I can do this outside of set state. I am doing it inside of set state here. We can keep it in that realm just because. All right. Course selected, course location, date of play, starting hole, those should not be changing. Temp current hole can be new current hole. Current score can be current score. That one doesn't need to change. Hole par should not change, hole averages, hole distances. Shot data, I'll pass new shot data just because I can. And I know that I'm initializing it to the right value, so that should cause no issues. Course unit, original course unit, temp actual hole, so that's the only other one. And that can be new actual hole. Okay, so now we are saving it. Let's do a reset and let's go double check that that's actually working. Resume round. Let's start a round. This one we can test fairly easily. Let's just throw into 4. Let's undo back to 2. And then we resume, we're back to 2. Okay, so we had some unnecessary issues in there that we created when I was I created when I was setting up the starting hole changes. That's been fixed now. So now the undo button's fixed. Bug fixes with the undo button not working and saving properly. It's stuff that I introduced in this update as well. The saving I didn't. The saving wasn't in there to begin with, so we did add that at least. So now it's just a question of how do I like the way these buttons look? They're not bad, right? The push down needs to be much more substantial. 10. Maybe a little bit wider on the sides, a little bit more of a gap on the sides, I should say. Maybe like 0.43. Yeah. Okay. I could also just make them the same colors as the main menu, and maybe that looks better. So to test that out, that'll be pretty easy. We'll just go top color here. We'll go base color here. And we'll go label color here. All right, let's do a reset. And then check that out, see if I like that better. So trying to make the scorecard buttons have the same theme on them. mean, that's probably better, right? Probably. I do think these should have, is there a way to set the text to max lines too? There is. Is it on text style? It might just be on text. I think it is. Yeah. Max lines 2. Overflow. Text overflow dot ellipsis. And for the scorecard buttons, let's see if I can get away with making them a little bit bigger. Let's do a reset there. Yeah. And if they overflow, like let's test it here. Can I get them to go to 2 lines? Doesn't create any issues, but 2 lines is gonna fit. I think 30 was a good size. Yeah. I think that looks better. I think that as opposed to the black. The black background is a good fit. Now I feel like I want the sides to be a little bit wider again. I feel like I mean, just changed this, but 4:4. Did that not change anything? Why did that not change anything? It still isn't. Why is it not changing anything? Is there something forcing the sizing in? Like 4:2, 4:3:9. That definitely had an effect. It doesn't seem like the width is going to get any bigger than that. No, it definitely did though. Base width, base height, base height. But just barely. Why won't it get bigger? Like 4:9 doesn't change anything. Because I've got them crammed into a size box that won't let them get bigger. Yeah. I feel like I wasn't noticing it as much with the black background, but I do seem to be here. That's a little bit more of the spacing I want on the sides. Now I feel like the top container is just a little bit too big here. 7.5. No? It's not bad. I don't think it's my favorite. But it's not bad. It's just the press down that some part of it I don't love. I think I kind of like the appearance here. What don't I like about the press down? I want the border to be thicker if it's, does that make it look worse? I think I like that for these buttons. They're big enough that thicker border doesn't look outlandish. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, create a new button design solely for the round scorecard view. Done. Not doing a similar color to the rounds buttons, which I think I like. I think I like keeping these as kind of a unique thing in the app. But I think those look good. Implement the new button design. Done. New dialog background into the round scorecard dialog. That is just our off-white right now. So there is nothing getting changed on this. That's undo. Course selected. Unpressed. If round is over, else we have scorecard buttons on pressed. If there does need to be a dialog, I show it here. This becomes page background colors. Colors dot alert dialog background. Same off-white. Dialog background. Smaller round scorecard buttons in the dialog for this view. Okay, so we implemented the new background. Now on this button design, we're going to add an argument that is going to be final bool for dialog. We're going to go this, for dialog is equal to false, so we're not going to require it. But if we do, so here I'll just go update the sizing here. So widget dot for dialog. If it is for a dialog, widget for dialog here. So I'm making them the same size right now, and then I'll go back and update these. Widget dot for dialog and widget dot for dialog. All right, so if it's for the dialog, the width probably needs to go down to like a point. Maybe that's a 0.3. So maybe we try like a, let's try like a 0.32 and a 0.3. And then on the height, it needs to be, I'm at roughly a little over half the size of these right now. So maybe we go like 9.5 and 8, and just, we give that a try. And then what we do is on the round scorecard view, instead of that primary button, we grab the scorecard button, we copy this, show dialog, padding column, outline button. So here we grab this, we throw it here. We get rid of the style. Tab these out. And then our label, else if child is going to be this more options content. So that's what I need here. And then we're going to go for dialog, and then just for this button, so this is just the buttons on this popover, we're going to set that equal to true. So we get the new size. Now that we have that, we'll remove the child here, back it out, and let's do a reset. And then we're going to see what these buttons look like. Not what I was expecting. What is that? Why does something's happening? I'm not getting a label. Did I mess up something on here? I totally did. Totally did. 0.8. Yeah. So not super close there, but it's a start. The width can be just a little bit bigger, I think. 3, 2, and 3 is what I'm at right now, although they look to be the exact same size. I'm not sure why that is. The button designs, I should make the text a little bit smaller. Widget dot for dialog 25 30. I wonder why they aren't screen width 0.3. I'm capping it at 0.3 there. So let's bump that to 3.2. For some reason I had the same thing here. Maybe I leave that one as is for right now. I'll make it the same size. Not quite sure what I was thinking there. Let's just do a reset on that alone and three, 2. That's what I just set the width as. Let me do a restart again, make sure I'm operating on the latest code here. I am, so they're still taking up the same full size, which is unique. This is 3, that's 3.2. There is a padding on it, which makes sense, so maybe I do that. That's expanding beyond it by 11 pixels. Okay. Sure. Okay, so maybe we drop this back down to 3.2 and I reduce the sizes of these just a little bit. We go like 3 and 2.8. The base heights are way too big. Let's go like 0.6 and 0.5. Try that. I don't feel like that's... Yeah, I feel like things are getting a little bit worse here. I do want them to be bigger than that. 9, 8, and then I guess what, maybe this becomes like 2. Do I have an offset somewhere that I'm hard coding in? I didn't think I did. Like, why are these so far apart? 0. Alignment center. I'm doing something funky here. 3, 0, 9, 0, 1, 8, 0, 2, 8, 0, 3, 9, 5, 0, 0, 8, da, da, da. Let me go back to 10. Still doesn't offset here just on the shadow. Is it the max lines? Is that what's... Like if I set that back to 1, does this fix it? Oh, man. You know, like why is... They're roughly the same size, but the container is... They're nowhere near centered. why the base container and top animated container in this view are so far offset from each other. Container is not centered in the base container even when the button is pressed. I'm doing exactly what I was doing in the other button though. Oh, that isn't animated positioned. So is this. Child animated container. So strange. The below code is from a button I'm already using in the app, which does not have this issue. What's different? No, I mean that button doesn't have any positioning issue like I said the first one did. Why? Even though you just said I needed to. Below is the problematic code. I didn't specify left or right with the button that works, did I? They didn't. Alright, so ChatGPT is confused because they are the exact same. Alignment center. Like I copied and pasted. There is no offset here. The stack is centered. So it has to be something with the view I'm using it inside of. This is my current usage of that button. Would it explain why the two layers aren't centered? Space evenly. Column. I set a padding, we do a column, 4 rows. I'm trying to space the buttons evenly, which is fine. Like I wonder if I remove this widget if that does anything. That does not. Setting the height to something affecting it? Like if I make this bigger, does that do something? It just spaces them out more. It seems like it actually spaced them out even more than they already were. Show dialog. Center fitted box. That's just the title, content, sized box. But that does make it better. What if I don't set the height at all? Then they're exactly how they should be. Noted. And maybe I just add a spacer here. And maybe now I can make it taller again. That width is just nowhere near what I want it to be, which is... I don't understand it. 0908. 3 and 2, like there should be more of a gap there. The height needs to be bigger. 1, 2. 1, 1. I want the width to be bigger, but I just don't think it's gonna do it for me. Yeah, I mean that's closer, but it's not. It's not good. The top down is way too big. Let's go to 3 maybe. Back to 5. Base height can be a little bit bigger. 1, 2. Maybe 1, 3. 1, 2, 5. Make this a 6. Even more, 7. It's just those sides that are not, it's not enough. Width is screen width times 0.95. That's the sizing I give to that content. What happens if I remove this? What does that do for me? Spacing them evenly. We've got a little bit of padding set here. Maybe I can remove this padding. And I can set that to be, maybe I don't want this at all. That might be a thought. Let's see what it does. For each and that align, space evenly. So it is saying there's no extra space I have, which is not true. Like, why aren't they spreading out more? I'm spacing them evenly here. For for each of these. Children. We align it in the center. I do the sized box. Screen width, like if I make this 3. They are still right up against each other. So why doesn't space evenly work here? I think this might be screwing me. I think maybe the align in the center is overriding my space evenly. No? Screen width, screen height. Why doesn't space evenly work there? Letter dialogue, center fitted box. More options, title, distance from text, content. Padding, we throw them in a column. For each row, we have a row, main axis alignment. Children, is it because I'm throwing them in a sized box? Like if I remove that widget in its entirety, does that do something for me? No, it just keeps getting worse, I feel like. It's not affecting anything, so I don't think it was necessary, but why? Because there's obviously room to expand this. Padding 2. Am I setting something to min, like min size here? The space evenly here works. Space evenly, these are the larger buttons on the main screen. In the dialogue, it is not working. It's just not spacing them out. Like it shouldn't be touching here. It should be accomplished by this line, but it is not. For some reason, the below code, content, and alert dialogue is not being spaced out in a row based on the spaced even. I have 2 buttons and they are touching in the center of the screen. They're wrapped in, it's only 0.3 though. Because I'm setting a hard width here on these buttons. Like, I mean, can I? What does that do for me? Still lots of extra space though. 9, like what do I have to do to? Why isn't it expanding more? That gave me a little bit more space, but not enough. Not enough. I don't think 9.9 did anything to fix it. Is that okay? Like, is this good enough to meet my intentions here? The width thing is still annoying me. I don't understand why I'm not getting more control over. Because it's definitely still something is limiting me a little bit here. Why all this extra padding? You know, I don't know. Is there a padding value here? Content padding. Try it. Content padding. What does that do? Yeah. That might be what we were missing there. Box fit contain. Title padding. I don't think I want to hard code that. Size box height 10. All right, so now we got a little too much spacing on the sides here. 3-1 maybe. 3-1 is better. Yeah, 3-1 is better there. Here, hold on just a second. All right. I think those buttons are pretty close. Maybe there's probably a good amount of spacing on the bottom. If we go penalty, because they're smaller, I think maybe that border is a bit much. Width widget dot for dialog 0.52. Why did that get changed? Oh. I think it was at 10. Widget dot for dialog 7.0, 10.0. Yeah. Okay. I like the border there. Maybe just one. I'll keep it at 2 for right now. I'll leave that as is. Okay. So I had some unique issues there, but that's done now. Smaller on scorecard buttons. We added this argument, we implemented them. New dialog background for the undo dialog. Easy peasy, we're still just rolling with that color right now. Undo button, where is it at? Right here, show dialog. And then this becomes page background colors dot alert dialog background. And that is just this. So we're implementing it. And then secondary button designs into the undo. Yeah, and I think I was just gonna roll with the same sizing and everything. So let's open up the main menu. Let me go grab a secondary button here, which is just this with the label. We go to round scorecard. And then on this dialog, I've got 2 buttons. What do we not like here? Label. Oh, I'm just missing. Yeah, that's fine. Label. Cancel. And then I get rid of this. And then we copy. We paste. And then the label here becomes confirm. Oh, I am missing. We've got another one of those too. That was just for delete the round. So this one needs to be delete round. All right, and then I've got my undo button up above that I need to do the same thing on right here. And then this should just say undo. Okay. Now let's do a restart, make sure all those buttons are in there. So we're just updating the buttons on this popover for the options. Just says delete round. Yeah, okay. So that probably needs to be in a stack. Maybe erase round. Might look a little bit better. Maybe I should make them, where did I have longer secondary buttons? Settings. Maybe we make them the longer ones. What was that argument? Longer. True. So let's copy and paste this to them all. I do think I want that. Longer, longer, longer. And then instead of these being in a row, we're just going to copy them both and move them to be on top of each other. Let's do a reset there and see if this fixes the issue. Of course, it's been frozen for I don't know how long. I'm gonna have to redo my setup again. So it looks like it was frozen when we were messing around with these. So this is the look I think I'm rolling with right now on these buttons, and then right now I'm messing around with these two. So if we go erase round, I get these on top of each other. Let's do a size box height, maybe just 5. Confirm erase maybe that's a little clearer. Let's undo. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Our options here should be in the right sizing. Beautiful. Options, color, padding. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. Implement secondary button designs into the undo dialog. Done. All right, and we were actually pretty close there. Scroll bar, I think I already added scroll bars to these views. Global courses, I did. That one's done. Scroll bar to the courses dialog. I'm pretty sure I did that. I think I already tested that. I'm just gonna go check the file real quick to make sure. Courses, expanded, scroll bar. Yes, I did. So that was done. Was that really it for the app? Other than the all stats view and display view, which are still on my to-do list as the two big things, these views. I think it was. The settings view is good. This is going to be the final round scorecard view right now. Which I think looks good. Yeah. I wonder what happens if we do this, if I throw in, no, let's go. Cancel, undo. We go C1, basket. I undo just to this point and we go back. It does let me just start a new round. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure there were no strange bugs there. And I think these were just giving ChatGPT a list of kind of how I'm displaying these and put together some unique ideas for how to convey them. So I'm probably gonna stop there. We're not doing this dialogue background right now. I'll close those out. Maybe we can we'll end by dropping this into all stats, and I guess we can add here updated design for scorecard, updated design for keeping score during design and layout for keeping score during rounds. That is good. All stats view, I've got, yeah, here. So I'm not even showing those right now. Correct, so we're stopping with C2 bonus. Let's try it. Below is a list of the stats I'm currently showing in my app. Description is first, stat name is a comment after. I need some unique graphics, can be different for displaying these stats in my app. See what it gives me. These are just icons. These are more so just icons to show next to each stat. What I'm looking for are graphics to display the actual stats themselves. One graphic could include multiple stats if it makes sense. Yeah, circular rings make sense. Stack card grid, card components. Timeline streak trackers. The heat zone ones is fun. Versus bar. Some unique ideas here. All right. So I wanted to put this list together just to contemplate some of these ideas. I've got a few of my own, but I think we're going to stop there. Most of the app design changes are incorporated right now, with the obvious exceptions of this page and the round display view. I want to do some minor changes to this view, but then also lots of updates to this stuff. These stats are the same ones that I'm showing on the all stats view. Finding some better ways to display those, but otherwise I think it's close. We got the all rounds view done. A couple minor changes to just the text field on these courses views. Yeah, it was all rounds, and then finishing this up, which I think looks good, and then the scorecard view. Doesn't feel like a lot, but it is progress. And now we're on to, I think, the two most important views in the app, all stats and the round display view. So I'll probably go through this list, put together some ideas of how I want to display each individual stat, and then we'll be back with another video to start incorporating them. So yeah, that will wrap it up for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.